2019. You did everything you dreamt of. You lost the weight. You went on the vacation. You got the passive income stream. You bought the rental property. You're giving back to charity. You're doing all the things, right? Oh wait, it didn't happen exactly like you planned? You mean you're human? Well, welcome to the rest of us. You know, a lot of times we have a plan for how the year's gonna go, and guess what? Life shows up. A curveball happens, and you have to learn how to pivot. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna say, you know what? Let's let it go. Whew. Clean slate. We're gonna talk about some tips, tricks, and strategies so you can end 2019 super strong and go into 2020 with momentum. Hi, everybody. I am so excited to get to connect with you because it has been a minute, a hot minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good day. I know we've got East Coast, West Coast, we've got YouTube, Instagram, we've got people all over the place, Facebook. So hello. I'm so stoked to get to be here with you this morning because we are talking about helping make the rest of 2019 amazing. Ending 2019 probably the way you intended to start it and go all the way through. But let's be honest, life happens. Not only does life happen, life shows up. We can have beautiful intentions about how the year's gonna go, how your week's gonna go, how a day is gonna go. But you know what happens? Life. Curveballs are thrown at you, right? Things happen at your kid's school. Things happen to your job. Things happen, you get sick. Maybe you have a baby. Holy life-altering moment, you guys. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to come on. Good morning. If you are hanging in with me today, please, in the comment section, I want to know. I want to know where you're tuning in from. So in the comment section, my goal with this is for us to be as interactive as possible because if I'm taking my time to pour into you, I want you to pour back into me, because that's what makes this fun. So good morning, Christina, Karen, Pamela, Debbie, all my favorites are popping on. I am right now coming to you guys live from Northern California. I live in El Dorado Hills, and I'd love to know where you are tuning in from. So I am right now in my home office. I just got really cute new pictures back there. And the sign back here says, be the woman of your dreams. I'm going to be doing an entire live on that. So where are you guys hanging in from? So I'm in my home office right now. Are you guys at work? Are you in your car? Where are you hanging in? Where are you? Okay. So I want to just quickly thank you guys so much for the amazing support that you have offered us, Ryan and I. The last 2 months have been insane. For those of you who have followed us before, you know our journey, but we had baby Henry. So we have our first little one. Henry is 11 weeks old now. He's super cute. He is the hardest thing I've ever done. Why didn't you guys tell me how hard having a baby is? He's super cute and amazing, and I love him to pieces. So you guys get a little cameo. You get to make a little...
Henry?
Yeah.
We have a special guest today.
Did you just wake up, buddy?
Yeah, he's a little sleepy.
Say hi.
He's got the sleepy face.
This is our baby. Hi, Henry. Henry, this is social media. These are all of our friends, and everybody prayed for you, and everybody wanted you to come here to this little world.
Say hello.
So here's our little monkey. This is Henry, and he likes to drool. And when you're a mom, you just sort of like put it where you put it. And this is Daddy.
Hello.
This is our little family, you guys, and we are so thankful that all of you prayed for us and are always so supportive and wonderful. We're tired. We're real tired, but we're very happy and very blessed.
Henry's not too tired.
We just want to give you a little cameo. Yeah. Good night, Bubba.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Okay. So there's our little monkey, just because I feel like that's sort of important. You guys get to have a little snapshot of him. And that is what has been taking up the rest of our lives. And so let's talk about that for a second, because so I knew this year we were going to have a baby, right? Planned for it. And you can have really positive intentions about what the year is going to do and how everything's going to go. And then a curveball happens, and a baby is a dang curveball, right? And so I had plans. I had ideas of what the year was going to look like. And then you can plan a certain amount and then things show up and it shifts, right? And you have to pivot. And so, we thankfully have the right people in our world, and we have worked super, super hard to make our world as intentional as it is. So this ended up being we had our biggest month ever in real estate in August, and the baby was born August 10th. And then September was the next biggest month we've ever had, and now October. So the reason that I truly believe that happened is planning and preparation. And you know what? That doesn't always work, right? You can plan as much as you can and things happen. So first things first, thank you guys so much for all the sweet congratulations. First things first, what we're going to do is we are going to talk a little bit about 2019. Then we're going to give you some strategies, some tools, some tricks for how you can map out the rest of the year so that you are super successful, super purposeful, and you can have a great end of 2019 so that you move into 2020 with momentum. Because my intention for you is that 2020 is the best year of your life, the best year of your business, the best year of your health, the best year of your relationships, the best year of the goals that you set for yourself. Maybe you want to buy a rental property. Maybe you want to give back to charity, build your business, whatever it is, I can help you. Especially if you want to find the love of your life on Tinder, online dating, I can super help you. That's how I met that guy. All right, you guys ready to dig in? We've got you guys all over the world right now. We've got South Africa hanging in. We've got North Carolina. You guys are all over the place. So let's do this, okay? First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through with you guys how we have planned the rest of the year. We just did this. So I have a private real estate coaching group, and we just did this for them. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. And then one thing that I'm going to promise you is at the end of this live, in the comment section, I'm going to give you all the handouts for this so that you too can plan exactly like we are. And I'm going to give you a link for an article that I absolutely love that super fired me up. Okay. So first things first, I want you to think about 2019. And I want you to think about when the year started, what your goals were. Because everybody sets goals, right? People do New Year's resolutions. People have their plans, right? What did the beginning of the year look like for you? If you're in real estate, how many houses were you going to sell? How many houses was your plan to sell? And what are you on pace for right now? And if you're bold enough, put it in the comments, you guys, because the only way we can help hold each other accountable is to truly be open and share and stick to what we say we want to do, right? Be the person we're meant to be. And that's something I want to touch on too. This conversation, it is not to make you feel bad. It's not to make you feel less than. In fact, I want this conversation to empower you, because everyone has things happen in their life. Everyone has a plan. Everyone has a vision for what the year is going to be. And reality is things happen, right? So what did the year look like for you in the beginning? Are you on pace? Did you lose the pounds you wanted to lose? Did you go on the vacations you wanted to go on, right? What was your plan? Like Lindy right now, she said her goal is 36 deals. She's on pace for 25. That's great. You're doing really, really well, right? So where are you at? Are you on pace for where you wanted to be? If you're not, because for a lot of us, it's not exactly how we plan on the year going, the first thing we're going to do right now, pretend this starts right now. You have your year, you knew what it was going to be, you look at what the year was going to happen, and maybe you're not quite on there. So what I want you to do is I want you to go, take a deep breath. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together. I know this sounds cheesy. We all need to do it. Ready? 2. One more. What you're doing is you're breathing in the anxiety, the stress, the frustration, the excitement, all the things that 2019 was going to hold for you, and you're going to release it. You're going to let go of judgment. You're going to let go of any frustration. You're going to let go of what could have been, okay? And all I want you to do, if you need one more deep breath, take it. I want you to think about what is. What is right now? I want us to be fully present in this moment, okay? Does not matter what happened the rest of the year. Does not matter what happened yesterday, last week, 4 months ago. We're starting fresh right now, okay? So as of this moment, according to Google, we have 66 days left in the rest of 2019. So if you could be the very best version of yourself for the next 66 days, what does that look like? What does that look like? What time are you waking up in the morning? What time do you go to bed? What are you thinking about? What books are you reading? What conversations are you having? What podcast are you listening to? What does your weekends look like? Right? We all have intentions about how a day is going to go, how a week's going to go. And yet to actually have this matter, you have to be super intentional. So what we're going to do together, if you're watching this, is for the next 66 days, we are going to be highly intentional, highly purposeful about what the rest of our year is going to look like. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to share these with you, is you are going to get a calendar. You're going to have November and you're going to have December. Now, could you do this online? Could you do this virtually? Absolutely. And yet, I think there's something really purposeful and powerful about having it tangibly in front of you. And we're going old school. You're going to have a pen and you're going to have paper. And what we're going to do is you're going to look at the month of November. And you're going to say, okay, now first things first, when you plan out your month, I want you, first, you have to do personal time. Because you cannot be the best version of you if you don't pour back into yourself a little bit. And self-care is super, super important. So even if this isn't something you've done previously, I want you to go outside your comfort zone and I want you to dig deep a little bit. So you're going to look at your calendar and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put personal time in there. So we have November and we have December, right? So what I'm going to ask you is, Thanksgiving is coming up. Are you going on a trip? Are you taking time off for Thanksgiving? I hope you do. I hope you take some time to spend with those that you love, right? Family or whoever you cherish. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down Thanksgiving. You're going to write down vacations you're going to have. You're going to write down date nights. You're going to write down the things that make you tick, the things that drive you, right? The personal things go first. Because if you do not have balance in your life where you have some personal, you're going to burn out. So first thing first on November and December, once you get these printed out, I want you to put down your personal things you're going to do, your vacations. Obviously, Christmas is coming up, right? So you're going to write down your personal. If you're in a relationship, you're going to do a date night. I want you to try to do a date night at least once a month, right? At least once a month. Our intention is to do it once a week. We're just not there yet because we just had baby. You got to pour into yourself. And if you're not in a relationship, then you do a date night with yourself. Maybe it's, taking a bath. Maybe it's lighting some candles and doing some journaling. Whatever that looks like for you, you're going to write it down, okay? Now, what we talk about is the next thing is you're going to look at your calendar and you're only going to focus on your money-making activities because I think it's really easy. So say that you're in real estate, right? Or I know we have a lot of people with Mon8 that are also watching our shampoo company. You have really good intentions about building your business, right? And you're like, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to have my healthy shake, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to build my business. And then the phone call comes and the appraiser, right? The lockbox didn't get put on, the appraiser can't get in, or, your kid is not feeling well. Like things are always going to happen and show up in your life. And yet, if it's not on your calendar, one of my favorite bold laws, if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. So you're going to look at your calendar and you're going to put in your money-making activities. If you're in real estate, I want you to put down open houses. So with the Rachel Adams Group, we have a standard that everybody does 3 open houses a month. So what my agents do is they go on their calendar and they map out their 3 open houses. They look at their weekend and they get purposeful and they say, what are the days I'm doing open houses, right? What are the days I'm door knocking? What are the days I'm calling for sale by owners and expireds? What are the days I'm reaching out to my database? If you are doing a pumpkin pie or a Thanksgiving, hi, I can talk to you. A pie appreciation giveaway, you're going to put that down. Anything that is a money-making activity that is going to build your business, that is going to give you referrals, you're going to write that down. If you're in Mon8, if you're having any meet Mon8s, right? If you are building your business, whatever you're doing to build, you're going to put that down. And you're going to plan out your calendar. So you're going to have your 2 months. So first things first, personal, then you put your work in, okay? And I'll give you guys a copy of that. Now, this next one is a big deal. So Gary Keller and Jay Papasan, they wrote The One Thing. I don't know if you guys have read it. It is an incredible book. If you have not read this book, I highly, highly suggest it. Those of you watching, have you read this book? The One Thing. It's amazing. So it is a business book. It's not just real estate. And it really helps you identify what one thing you could be doing that if you did this one thing, everything else would be easier. everything else would happen better. Everything else would be stronger, more powerful, blah, blah, can't talk to you. Sorry, I need coffee. I haven't had it yet. So the one thing talks about being intentional. So what I want to challenge you, there's 66 days in the rest of the year. So I want you to think really hard. Now, every single one of us has something in our life that if we started the morning with it, if it was the very first thing you did, your day would be better. You would be kinder. You'd stick to your schedule more. You'd probably eat a little healthier. What is that one thing for you? Now, I want you to think, what would this one thing be that you do every single morning? So I call it my trigger. And I want you to think, what is my trigger? What is the one thing that if I started my day with it, the day would be the best? And you know what that is. Everyone has something different. So I posed this question to my real estate team. And I said, okay, you guys, what is your one thing? What is the one thing? What's your trigger that if you did it in the morning, everything would be better? And for me, personally, it's exercise. I know that if I exercise in the morning, I'm calmer, I'm nicer, I'm more strategic with my schedule, I make better choices like drinking water, I'm a better wife, I'm a better mom. My one thing is exercise. Now, I posed a question to our real estate team. For one, it was doing a devotional every morning. For someone else, it was journaling. For another person, it was a little bit of self-care, and that included literally having a cup of coffee and getting to take a shower in the morning. It's different for every single person. What I want to ask you, and I want you to share with me if you're comfortable, what is your one thing? Ivy's is a good stretch workout in the morning on her reformer, a morning walk with the hubby, a daily word, Bible verse, gym or exercise. Absolutely, right? I'm seeing Orange Theory. Heck yes, sister. I will be back at Orange Theory as soon as I get the green light. I tried to do a little workout and it didn't go super well. Apparently it takes some time to get your body back after baby. So I want you to think, what is your one thing? Now, this is the big kicker. 66 days left in the rest of the year. The one thing has a 66-day challenge for us. My girlfriend Sarita actually inspired me to do this, and so I'm doing it with my real estate team. I want to challenge every one of you watching, and I'm going to provide this for you. So this is the 66-day challenge, and what this says here, Gary Keller quote, it says, accountability is the breakfast of champions. Accountability is the breakfast of champions. And in order to hold yourself accountable, you have to write it down. It has to matter to you. You have to shout it from the rooftops because it's super easy. Oddly enough, it's easier to let yourself down than it is to let someone else down. So I'm going to ask you to be strong. I'm going to ask you to be courageous. I'm going to ask you to be bold. And I'm going to ask you to do this challenge with me. So what it says here is it's a 66-day challenge. And right here it says habit is. So what habit could you add into your life for the next 66 days, the rest of 2018, that would catapult you into 2020 in the most powerful and purposeful way? So it says in which area of your life. And so there's different areas. Maybe it's your spiritual life. You know, maybe it's doing a devotional or making sure you spend some time with the Lord in the morning. Maybe it is your physical health. That's what it is for me. It's making sure that I exercise. And when I exercise, I'm going to listen to a podcast. So I realized with some stuff that happened recently in my life that I have an opportunity to be a better person, right? We all do. I have so much growth that I still want to do and a life I want to achieve. You know, I have what I have now and the husband and the baby and the businesses and all of that because I've been really intentional in my life so far. And the thing is, I'm just getting started and I want to take all of you along with me. So I know that there are so many people out there who run podcasts, who have incredible interviews with, you know, world leaders and people that are leading their life at a high level. And for me, the people that inspire me right now are working moms. Because that is what I am. And I want to be the best working mom that I can be. I know my priorities is my family before my business, 100%. And yet sometimes that's challenging because when something happens at work, you want to fix it. And if you're anything like me, I'm a people pleaser and I'm a fixer. So exercise in the morning is super important. And I've made a goal that I'm going to listen to a podcast while I exercise. So you've got spiritual life, physical health, personal life, key relationships, jobs, business, and financial life. So I'm going to provide this for you guys. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down what your habit is. And then this is a check off. And all you have to do is simply check it off. If you did it, you check it. If you did it, you check it. And this is the next 66 days, starting today. And so whatever your trigger is, whatever your one thing is, I challenge you to start today, okay? So I'm going to give this to you because this is the deal. And I learned this really early on. It is not about who you are right now. It is not about who you are right now. It's about who you're going to become. Who you're going to become. Darren Hardy has an awesome book called The Compound Effect. And he talks about that, the small choices add up. Small choices add up. So meaning the little things you do consistently every day, that's what's going to get you the big results. Doing consistent lead generation every day, that's going to get you to people saying, hey, I want to sell my house, right? Consistently sharing your product, sharing your vision, sharing the opportunity with your business. People are not going to work with you because of what you like. They're not going to work with you just because you happen to be a realtor or just because you happen to sell a product, right? They're going to work with you because they like you. People work with people they like. And they like you, but they have to know who you are, and they have to know what makes you tick, and they have to know what drives you, right? And so you have to think, what message am I sharing? How am I showing up? Are you showing up as the best version of yourself? Have you been showing up as the best version of yourself? Are you consistently sharing who you are and what matters? And if you're not, remember, there's no judgment from yesterday. We start today, right? We start today. We start with a challenge. So what is your one trigger? Okay. And then if you are really in this and you want to hold yourself accountable, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to share this. I'm going to ask you to take this document, download it, print it out, sign up and say what your habit is. And then I want you to post it on social media and I want you to tag me. And I want you to share with everybody why you're doing this. I want you to share with everybody who you're going to become. I want you to share with everybody what 2020 is going to look like for you and why this matters. And what I really want you to do is I want you to write it down and journal a little bit about it. Take a few minutes, turn off all cell phone notifications, right? Put on some music, light a candle, whatever floats your boat. And I want you to really dig deep and say, why does this matter to me? What will exercising every morning do for me? What will my daily devotional do for me? How can I show up better for others? What could the rest of this year look like for me if I truly, truly plug in, right? And then what I'm going to do is those of you that tag me, I'm going to pick one of you and I'm going to send you a copy of the one thing. Because I believe so much in this book and it has been such a game changer for me, for my business and my life, that I want to pay this forward. So you're going to go ahead and print out the 66-day challenge. You're going to share on social media what your challenge is, what you're committing to, and you're going to tag me. And I'm going to pick one of you and send you the book. Okay, we're not done yet. The next thing, because we're going to build your business too. Next thing is planning your perfect week. So this is something that we do at the Rachel Adams Group. We just did it for my real estate team. And it starts at 5 in the morning and it goes till 9 o'clock at night. I don't know your hours that you wake up when you go to sleep. Doesn't matter time zone. What you're going to do is I want you to plan out your perfect week. So we already have your month you're going to plan out. We know your trigger that you're going to add in. So every day you're going to make sure that you put your trigger in whenever your trigger is there. So if I'm waking up at 7 in the morning, right? If 7 in the morning is my wake up time, I'm going to add my trigger in there. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm going to wake up at 7 in the morning and I'm going to get my workout in. Is it 30 minutes? Is it an hour? Whatever that looks like. And I want you to be really intentional because this perfect week isn't going to be perfect, right? Things are going to happen. You're probably not going to stick to your schedule 100%. And print this sucker out every single week through the end of the year. I want you to have the ideal calendar. I want you to say, you know what? It's okay that I had plans to do my lead generation from 10 to 12 and someone called me because tomorrow I'm going to have my phone upside down. I'm going to not be answering phone calls because I know that my goals matter. And so you're going to plan out your perfect week and you're going to look at your monthly calendar and you're going to make sure that they are in alignment. So you're going to start every morning with your trigger, whatever your one thing is, whatever your trigger is going to be, and you're going to map out the rest of your day. And remember, personal stuff comes first, then your money-making activities. Now, you can tell me, because a lot of you know, we do a lot of business through social media, and I will not tell you that my lead generation is social media if I'm sitting on social media and I'm just scrolling and I'm hanging out and I'm on YouTube watching cat videos, right? Like, that does not count as social media. You know who you are. Don't say it counts. I want you to be way more intentional about this, okay? If you're on social media, you are building your business. You are reaching out, okay? So if you guys are in for this challenge, if you're in for the 66-day challenge, I want you to say, I'm in. I want you to tell me you're in. Put it out there and mean it, you guys. But make sure you take the time to journal through this. Now, let's talk a little bit about how to build our business, okay? So one of the things that I want to share with you is that when I got into real estate, you know, I was 26 years old and I felt like everybody was saying real estate agents are slimy and they're just after the money. And I was like, how can we change this? How can we change this mindset? And what does that look like? And what I realized is majority of people out there, they talked about how many houses they were going to sell and how much money they were going to make. And I realized it wasn't about how many houses I was going to sell. It was about how many families I was going to help, right? There's a difference between how many houses you sell and how many families you help. Our goal in real estate is to give back to the community. With Monate, our shampoo company, our goal is to give back to our communities. There is a major movement. We have a gratitude program in Monate where in Ecuador, they just built 3 compassion houses. I think they're up to 4 actually. And it's giving back. Every place we go, when we go on a trip, so Ryan and I are actually taking the baby. We're going, pray for us, you guys. We're taking our baby on our first flight. And it'll be second by then. But we're going to Cancun. We're taking the baby. We're going to stay at the JW Marriott. And it's through Monate. And one of the coolest things that they're doing is they have a gratitude program. And so you can actually leave the property, leave your fancy schmancy resort, and you can go give back locally to the community. And they do this because they know it's give where you live, right? When you have an opportunity to serve others, how good do you feel? So what I want to share with you, regardless of your industry, regardless of what you do, is I want to share with you a way that you can build your business, okay? A way you can build your business and add value to others. So it is Thanksgiving, right? It is coming up. And one of the things that we always do on our real estate team is we partner with a program, and we like to do a local food drive. So it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, you can give back in this way. There are people that are less fortunate than you. Can you imagine Thanksgiving is coming up and you have nobody to eat with? You don't even have food on your table, right? Can you imagine not having a warm meal and feeling love? I mean, in different ways, I'm sure we've all been there. And yet there are people that don't even have houses. So one of the things that we always do is the last few years, we partnered with a local anti-sex trafficking nonprofit called Blue Heart International. This year, we're actually going to be partnering with a church in an underprivileged school. And what we're doing is we're doing a local canned food drive. So we created these flyers on a website called Canva, CANVA.com. It's a free website. And canned food drive. And so what we do is we take these and we staple them to a brown grocery bag, okay? Now, what this basically says is, it says, canned food drive, please join the Rachel Adams Group to help those in need this holiday season by providing food for local families in our community. Just give us a call at yada, 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 and on Friday, November 22nd, between noon and 4, we will pick up your donation. That's right, we come to you. Please help by donating canned and non-perishable food items and help us feed 25 deserving families. We live here, we work here, we're here for you. That's our team slogan. So we have this cutie little flyer, right, that we created on Canva, and we're gonna door knock our community because everybody has canned food items that they wanna get rid of, right? And this is our opportunity to give back to our community, give where you live. Now, I'm gonna help you build your business too, because there's always a win-win if you're looking for it. So you're going to door knock your community, right? You're going to pick wherever you go, and you're going to have your 100, we do 100 brown grocery bags. And in fact, November 5th, we're getting together for our real estate team. We have everybody's flyers printed out with their cute little headshot with a little hat on it, because why not have a cute hat? And a pilgrim's hat. And then we're going to have a staple party, probably a little champagne, because y'all know me. And then we're going to set up a day where we're going to door knock in our communities. And then you have a specific time where you do pickup. Now, if they want to drop off, they can donate their drop off their donations to my real estate office. And I will say that to them when I'm out there, as well as I'm going to be doing a video on social media. And I would highly encourage you to do the same. The coolest thing with social media, right? Door knocking, you knock on one door, one conversation. But with social media, you can talk to thousands of people simply with the click of a mouse. So if you're comfortable, go live and talk about your canned food drive. Ask them to donate to, give them a drop-off location, or you can tell them you'll come pick it up from them. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it live, pre-record it and just upload it, you guys. But there is a way, and if you are not following me already on social media, just follow me. You'll get to see what we're doing, because I'm going to be sharing this on my page. Now, how do you transition this to build your business? Well, I'm so glad you asked. It's such a good question. Okay. Now, any of you who've door knocked, how many of you watching actually door knock? Because that would be really interesting. So when you door knock, a lot of times what people say to me is, Rachel, I totally understand door knocking, but how do I actually stay in touch with these people? Because nobody wants to give me their information, right? And I totally understand that feeling, because as a door knocker, that's something that I've experienced as well. And yet I've come up with a script that I want to share with you that has helped me build the business and my database. Because my intention with you watching this is that not only are you going to have a better rest of your year, you're also going to build your database. And you're going to do it this year and next year and every year following. Awesome. We have a lot of door knockers on. Okay. So you're going to have your canned food drive, you're going to door knock, and then Mary calls you and she says, okay, I have my my food and I need you to come pick it up. So first off, let me give you the script, because a lot of you want to know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So I have my canned food drive, or my bag, and I knock on a door and they answer. Right, the answer. And I say, hey there, my name's Rachel Adams Lee with Keller Williams Realty, and I wanted to let you know that I'm your local real estate expert, or whatever, I'm your local neighbor, right? Whatever it is. And what I wanted to share with you is that, it's really important to me that I'm not just your real estate expert, but I also make sure that it's really important to me to always give back locally to my community. There's a lot of families locally that can't afford a meal for Thanksgiving, and it's my intention that no one goes hungry on the holidays. So what we're doing is we're actually doing a canned food drive. So we're doing a pickup from 12 to 4 on, November 22nd. If you'd like to participate, can I leave this bag with you? And then I'll just come pick it up. You give me a call as soon as it's ready, and I'll come pick it up from you either on the 22nd or before. And they're like, yeah, that sounds great. Or no, not interested, whatever it is, right? So then they call you and you come pick up the food. And how do you get the information? Because it can be awkward, right? You're like, thanks so much, bye. Like, you don't know how to ask for the information. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to say to them, it would mean the world to me to be able to share some photos with you of the families that you help make an impact on. Would it be okay with you if I get your information so that I can share with you some of the photos of these families? And they're like, oh my gosh, I would love that, right? Of course, because if people want to feel good, and if they're giving, they would love to know the impact that they've made locally on the community. Now, obviously, you need the permission of the people that you're taking photos of, and I would encourage you to get it in writing that you can share their photos, because I have made that mistake before. Learn from me. And then, because you're someone that's of integrity and you're going to be adding them to your database, I want you to follow it up and say, you know what? I also, we have some really fun events throughout the year, such as, Santa and Mimosas coming up in December, and, whatever you have. And I would love to be able to invite you to that. Would that be okay as well? And of course, they're going to say yes. Who doesn't want to be invited to more fun events, right? But then you're getting their permission to add them into your database. And you can do this no matter what industry you're in, okay? Because my goal is for you to not only build your business, but give back to your community, right? It is so much more important to have a life where you're not just receiving, but you're also giving. And so give where you live, right? Do a Thanksgiving canned food drive. find a way to give back, right? And so I'll be sharing my whole journey with this with you, but I highly encourage you. This is a really cool way to build your business. And I promise you, it is so much more important to give than to get. And if your business isn't where you want it to be right now, I want you to take a look at how you're building, the conversations you're having, who you're surrounding yourself with, what your calendar looks like, right? How often you're on social media just wasting time. We have 66 days left in the rest of this year, you guys. How purposeful can you be? How intentional can you be with your life? And it's not about what you can get, it's about what you can give. And people feel that. If they feel like all you're trying to do is get something from them, get their business, they're not going to want to give it to you. But if you are adding value, if you are sharing, if you are contributing, that's the difference. A couple questions. Dawn asked if she can get a copy of my flyer. Absolutely. I will. So in the comment section, I'm going to go ahead and share. So if you're watching this on Facebook, it'll be in the comment section. If you're watching this on Instagram TV, comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be in the body of the description of this video. I will share with you the 66-day challenge, planning your perfect week. I will also share with you the two really cute calendars. And then I will also post this canned food flyer. Now, the last piece to this. So everybody, you guys are in. I'm excited. This is the last thing. So obviously we know, we've talked about 2019. We have 66 days left in the year. You get to be intentional about what that looks like for you, planning it out, right? What about 2020? So there's an article on the Huffington Post, and I'm going to share this in the section as well, comment section. And it talks about 10 steps for planning your best year yet, okay? So I want you to think about what this looks like. Oh, David, so I'm going to be posting it. I'm not going to be emailing it to everybody because that will be way too many emails for me to send. I'll post it in the comment section of the video. So this article, which I will also share with you, is awesome. And it talks about 10 steps for planning your best year yet. So we end 2019 strong, then we move into 2020. I will be doing a team retreat with my real estate team, sharing how they can map out the best 2020 ever. If you guys are interested in something like that, I'd be more than happy to do another live and help you plan 2020. One of the things that I am going to share with you, though, is just some tidbits on how you can end this strong. Number one, this is 10 steps for planning the best year yet. Number one, reflect on the year that was. So we look at 2019 and we say, wow, you write down all your milestones, the things that happened that really made an impact on you. What did 2019 look like, right? You reflect on the year that was, then you choose to let things go. Number two is choose to let things go, because there's no point in holding on to what could have been or what should have been. There only is what is, right? And being present in the moment, it's going to make you so much more happy. It's going to make someone else around you so much more thankful to be in your presence, because you're not just like, oh, I wish I had a better year. My year sucked. This wasn't this. This wasn't that. Well, we have 66 days to end the year strong. And then we go into 2020 saying, man, that happened. Now I'm going to let it go and I'm going to start fresh. Number three, they say, get in touch with who you are. Remember, it's not necessarily who you are right now. It's who you want to become. But what really matters to you? What makes you tick? What brings you joy? What sucks the life out of you? And if it's somebody in your life, if there are people that are bringing you down, constantly making you question yourself, you don't feel good, you don't feel better because they're a part of your life, they don't get to be in your life anymore. If things are happening and they are not cheering you on, they got to be out of here. They've got to be out of here, you know? Yeah, literally. Shane just said, let it go. Literally. Let it go. Let it go. Let it the heck go. It doesn't matter. Create a vision for your life. So this is one of my favorite things. We always do vision boards when we do our team retreat. What do you want 2020 to look like? 2020. What is it going to look like for you, right? What if you had the best year possible? What would that look like? So when I took Bold, so it's a real estate and sales course that Keller Williams does. When I took Bold for the first time, this is, 2012. I was 26 years old, and they do this exercise called the self-image exercise. And they say, I want you to think 5 years from now. It's not just 1 year. It's 5 years from now. Who are you? What does life look like? What are you doing? What's your business like? What are your vacations like? Where are you living, right? So at that point in my life, I was in a really unhealthy marriage. I was 32 pounds overweight, paycheck behind a paycheck. I mean, life was really, really challenging for me. And yet I made a goal. I wrote 5 years from now who I am, what my life would look like. And I mean, to the point that I knew exactly the outfit that I was wearing. I was wearing a cream silk blouse. I had on blush pants, nude heels. I walk out of my beautiful house and I hand our baby to the nanny. And my husband kisses me goodbye. I walk to my office, or I drive to my office. And at that point I had a white Range Rover because Jessica Simpson had one. And I was like, that's the car I'm going to have. Mind you, I'm 26, so let it go. And I walk into my glass boardroom. My assistant hands me my favorite coffee. My real estate team is in the top 1% in the area. I talked about having a rotating shoe closet, you guys. My husband sending me sweet text messages throughout the day, right? I built the life that I wanted to have 5 years later. And let's look at my life now, right? We have our beautiful house in El Dorado Hills. We just had our baby. Our nanny is here right now, helping put the baby to sleep, right? I don't have my glass boardroom, but there is a window in my office, and I have a Nespresso machine, so that's basically my favorite coffee, right? I don't have the rotating shoe closet, and yet I have a beautiful shoe closet, and I have a free white Cadillac because of my multiple stream of income with Mon8. So it's this life by design, right? We get to talk about, if you have this life by design, what does that look like? And you have to take time to truly make that vision for yourself. What matters to you? What charities are you giving to? What vacations are you going on? What are the conversations you're having with your friends? Do all your friends make you feel good? Is everyone in your organization the right person? Are you in the right relationship? Right? I mean, all these things matter. And you guys know my smushy gushy marriage, like, it's real. People that meet me in real life, they're like, oh my gosh, you really are like you are on social media. And I'm like, you know what? It is so important to me to be authentic and real with you guys, because what the heck is the point, right? What's the point? I love Nespresso too. Carrie, I'm with you, girl. Okay, so you create the vision for your life. Set your top goals and your plan of action. So literally your top goals and your plan of action, we just talked about how you can do that for 2019. Do it for 2020. If you make vision boards, make a vision board. If you don't want to make a board, write it down, journal it out. What does 2020 look like? Number 6, upgrade your mindset to match your dreams. Oh my gosh, mindset is everything. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. You have to have a strong mindset in order to be able to get through some tough stuff and know that it's just about good choices, right? So Darren Hardy, the compound effect, right? He says small good things, choices add up. Same thing with small bad choices. If you eat a piece of chocolate cake every day instead of a salad, that's going to add up. At the same time, if you follow your schedule every day, that's going to add up too. And you're going to have the business you've desired this whole time. Number 7, schedule time to fill your cup. That one's huge for me because I think that, that whole analogy where you have to put your oxygen mask on first so that you can take care of others. I mean, that's it, you guys. If you are not taking time to pour into yourself, whether that is your journal in the morning, your podcast, your exercise, your cup of coffee, your call with your girlfriend, whatever that looks like, right? Quality time with yourself. If you don't give to yourself, you can't give to others. And I know, like we talked about in the beginning, my trigger. If I don't get my exercise in, I'm not as good of a wife. I'm not as good of a mother. I'm not as good of a business leader. And people are looking to me to lead by example. If you are running a business and the people you're attracting to your business are not business builders, they're not doing the daily activities, they're not following their schedule, you feel like you had to drag them into this business and you're just dragging them along, let me give you a tidbit. If you dragged them in, you're going to be dragging them the whole time. It's time to cut them loose, you guys. What kind of business leader are you being? Because remember, you attract what you are. So what are you attracting? Number 8, choose good company. Transition queen, right? So Jim Rohn has an awesome quote that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around. You're the sum, right? So who are the 5 people you hang around the most? Are they leading their lives at a high level? Do they have a business that you aspire to have? Are they sticking to their schedule? Are they eating healthy? Are they running marathons? Are they like whatever matters to you, right? You don't have to run a marathon. I ran a half and I almost died. But you just have to think like, who are the people? Yeah, Joseph just said that's scary. Totally. Think about your 5 people you surround yourself with because that really, really makes a difference and that really, really matters. Number 9, choose a new habit to add to your routine. Oh my gosh, we already did that one. But again, this article's killer and I'm going to give it to you guys because it is so good. And then number 10, be present in each moment. Be present. So number 8, someone said, what was number 8? Choose good company. So being present. So this is one of the things that Ryan and I talk about all the time. You know, you, especially if you're a talented person, you are going to be pulled in 58 different directions because when you're talented, everybody wants a piece of you, right? Come to this party, show up here, do this, be that, give me this, give me that. And because you want to make people happy, you give and you give and you give and you give and you give. And if you're anything like me, I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed and I get stressed out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I told her I'd be there. I want to do this podcast interview. I want to speak here, but I chose to have a baby, right? So this is my reality right now. I am used to running at a very high capacity, right? We would work 12 to 14 hours a day. We have our 4 businesses and we go and we run and we do and we travel and we go, go, go. It's more, more, more. And yet we now have a baby. And I was major struggling with this last week because I felt like I was constantly letting people down. And there are like 15 people who are waiting to hear back from me and girlfriends I can't make an appointment with. And, you know, I felt like I was failing because I was trying to be everything to everyone. And the reality is I can't. What I can do is be crystal clear on what my priorities are. And my priority is my family first. I chose to have a baby. This is a season for me, right? It doesn't mean that the pendulum is not going to swing back, but right now the pendulum has swung really far to where I have very, limited hours that I can work during the day. And so I have to be super, super intentional with those hours because I don't have unlimited time. You know what I mean? And my family comes first. And the number one thing that I want to be when I'm with my family and I'm with those that I love is present. It's being present. Because if you are sitting with your family and you're like, yeah, no, totally, yeah, at the dinner table and you're just like texting and emailing and looking on social media, that is so disrespectful to the people that love you. So what I would share with you is you have an opportunity here. 2019, we've got 66 days left in this, you guys. 66 days to be the best version of yourself. What does that look like for you? 66 days to have the most powerful end of the year, to catapult you into 2020, right? 2020. So I'm going to just really quickly, I'm going to read these through one more time. Again, this is 10 Steps to Planning Your Best Year Yet. This is by Elise Santilli with the Huffington Post, okay? 10 steps, just because you guys have asked for them. Number 1, reflect on the year that was. Number 2, choose to let things go. Number 3, get in touch with who you are. Number 4, create a vision for your life. Number 5, set your top goals and plan of action. Number 6, upgrade your mindset to match your dreams. Number 7, schedule in time to fill your cup. Number 8, choose good company. Number 9, choose a new habit to add to your routine. And number 10, be present in each moment. All right, my friends, thank you so much for hanging with me today. As always, it is my purpose to add value to your business and your life. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm pretty much everywhere. So wherever you need me, I'm there for you. If you have any questions, please leave them for me. And as always, if you need anything real estate-wise in Northern California, I'd be honored to help you. And if you're interested in Monate, the passive income stream, just shoot me a message and I'll provide you a little more info. Have a fantastic day and a great 2019.